And we are live. Awesome. Fantastic. Hey, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Speaking to you from my home office here in Chicago. I'm actually in a suburb of Chicago. So I love these webinars, to be honest with you. I love them because of the fact that I can speak to anyone across the country. They get all the information. They can ask me all the questions that they need to during the webinar. I'm looking at the chat room to see who else is jumping in. Say hi in the chat whenever you want. Just jump right in. So yeah, it's this is fun. I like it. I like it a lot. Going on in the business, we got some pretty big players coming in. So yeah, I'm excited. Let's see. Start popping up my presentation while people are popping in. And then what we're going to do is start the show. But, you know, welcome everyone. My name is Nusrat Beg, and I'm about to pop open the presentation. So a lot of folks, they like to do presentations and be super formal and be like, me, I'm hoping to be a little bit more casual with you guys, someone who you can ask questions with, someone who you can, you know, be friends and have a conversation with. So, and I'm hoping to help you guys out. And that is that. Let me see what happened here. All right. Anyway. All right, let's get going. So, hi, my name is Nusrat Beg. Again, I am speaking to you from my home in Chicago. And what I'm going to spend the next few minutes about is mostly supposed to be educational. And then towards the end, I'm going to help you implement that education. So let's get going. Let me share my PowerPoint presentation. So get your pen and paper ready. Got a lot of information to share with you. So let me pop open the stuff right here. Let me start up my, and here we go. Boom. Okay, you should now see my screen. Awesome. You see my screen. Great, fantastic. So just wanted to share a little information about me so you know who the speaker is and who's actually talking to you. I graduated with an MBA from University of Chicago Booth School of Business. That was the point where I switched my careers from a technical path to a more entrepreneurial sales and software sales path. I just felt that I would make more impact on people and more impact on businesses if I went from technical and software development behind the scenes guy to a frontman to basically share people, you know, the solutions that I've developed and share with people the knowledge that I have on solving problems, solving difficult business problems and solving difficult technical problems and selling them solutions. I graduated with a bachelor's degree in computer science from DePaul University. I was born and raised in Chicago. My parents came from India about 40 years ago. I have 10 plus years of software development experience. That was the first 10 years of my career. And then for the last 6 years, most recently, I've been doing a lot of software sales. Now I'm on my own, coaching entrepreneurs how to get their own business off the ground, helping people, giving them financial education and how they can save on taxes, get their credit repaired, get their expenses lowered, basically help them hit their financial goals. Now this is education. You know, I'm not someone who, you know, is touting that, you know, hey, follow my advice and all would be good. All right. This is, just like how Robert Kiyosaki, he just provides advice. You can take it or leave it. Sue Zorman, you can take it or leave it, which she's, through her experience, through her knowledge that she gathered, same thing. So again, this is not advice. This is just education, similar to how, for example, if you are, getting educated on a particular medical condition or a particular medical drug, and you do a lot of research online, and you ask your doctor about it. Hey, you say, hey, I'm interested in this new drug that may help me with my my health. So this is very similar. So you take this education, you validate it with your CPA. If you do not have a CPA, don't worry. We will figure that out towards the end. Okay, so just want to give you some knowledge. Wanted to test your knowledge and give you some facts, debunk some myths. So let's get started. So here's the average spending habit. All right, about whatever income that you bring into your house, about 20 to 40% of it goes to debt. And as you know, when you get that paycheck, you already have seen how much the government has taken out. So the taxes are about average of 30% that have been taken out. So after everyone gets paid, then whatever's left over, and that's not a lot. You have to pay your rent, you have to pay your food, clothing, your insurance, your car insurance, your medical expenses, whatever the case is. Basically, you have to survive on 30 to 50% of the income that you bring in, okay? Which is not a lot, my friends, okay? And you're getting paid last, which is a huge bummer. After everybody gets paid, you get paid last. So we're going to flip the script on that. We're going to make this a better scenario for you. So hold tight. Give me a second. Okay, so what we're going to try to do is help you lower your taxes. All right, lower your taxes. And then when we lower your taxes, you can maybe work on the everything else pie, like going on a vacation, or service your debt, or put it away for an emergency fund. So for example, when Christmas comes around, you're not hitting up your credit cards, which is increasing your debt again, and you don't want to get into that rut. So what would you rather have? Would you rather receive $17,000 raise every year for the next 10 years, or would you rather save $10,000 in taxes every year for the next 10 years? Well, a lot of people would say, like, hey, $17,000 raise every year for the next 10 years, that seems like an awesome thing. But the fact of the matter is, you want to save $10,000 in taxes every year for the next 10 years. You see, friends, $17,000 raise after let me back up a little bit. After everybody gets paid, then you get paid. You're actually getting below $10,000. If you are going for the $17,000 raise, you're actually getting paid less than $10,000. So you want to go with the save on $10,000 tax every year for the next 10 years. The name of the game is not about how much money you make, all right? It's about how much money you keep, all right? If you ever have tapped into a conversation of really wealthy people, they are always bitching and moaning about how much money the government is taking from their hard-earned money. And there is some, as much as, very wealthy people, they get the bad rep of being super greedy and this and that. A lot of really wealthy people, they work their butt off to get to where they are. And then for a government entity who had nothing to do with their success, other than if you're in America, you have a lot of opportunity here, and the government has definitely made that environment. And the government should definitely get paid what they're due. For example, you are using the government's roads, the lights, the water, and all this other stuff. But then there's all these other things that you really don't really care to fund, but the government is forcing you to fund, and they're really hitting up the wealthy people pretty hard. So you want to keep as much money as you make. All right, let's be fair about what the government should have, and wealthy people should pay, and what the wealthy people should keep, and the average middle family, average American should keep. I believe that everybody should pay taxes if you're in America, but let's not overpay on our taxes, and that's the name of the game. All right. So a couple of things that you may believe, but they're actually myths. My accountant takes care of my taxes. They do take care of your taxes, but the fact of the matter is that your accountant only files your taxes based on the information you give them. Okay, if you're not giving any information, any items to deduct on your taxes, then your accountant's not going to make some magic happen. Yeah, they do a good job of making sure that they file properly, that you're not making some critical mistake that you're basically you're opening yourself for an audit. So your accountant really does do a responsible job. However, they don't take care of your taxes. Similarly, if you go to a doctor, your doctor is not responsible for your health. You are responsible for your health. Your doctor is going to treat you based on your condition, based on the data that he or she is given. So if you are, if you're having chest pain and the doctor is looking at your data, meaning your blood pressure, your heart rhythm and EKG and so on and so forth, they're going to treat you ethically. Same way your accountant, based on the data that you give them, based on the expenses and the things that you can deduct, you give them, then they're going to file their taxes responsibly and ethically. All right, you are responsible for your expenses. You are responsible for your finances. You're just like how you're not going to eat as much pizza and cholesterol and fat as much as possible, and then you're going to just say your doctor is responsible for your health. Similarly, you're not going to say that, hey, I'm going to spend as much as I want. I'm going to be as reckless with my finances as much as I want, and my accountant's just going to, clap his fingers and spin around and make everything fine and dandy. That's not the case. All right, so that's a myth. I already get a tax refund every year, so I must be doing okay on tax reduction. This is actually a funny one because of the fact that a lot of people believe this. And when you're getting a tax refund, you're getting a tax refund because the government has taken too much out of your taxes throughout the year. So when you get a paycheck and the government has taken some money out of your paycheck, at the end of the year, when you are calculating how much you owe on your taxes and how much you don't owe on your taxes and how much you have overpaid on your taxes throughout the year. So in the scenario of when you have overpaid on your taxes, that's called a tax refund because the government has taken too much. Could you have made some extra deductions and then showed it to the government that, hey, you have taken way too much? All right. So instead of the government taking $2,000 too much, what if you were in a situation that you told the government, hey, you have taken $5,000 too much? All right. Now we're talking. All right. So let's just do some quick math here. If you were to tell the government, hey, you've taken $5,000 way too much out of my taxes, you divide that by 12, you're talking about $416 a month that you get to keep in your pocket. What can you do with $416 a month? Could you have, make an extra payment on your car and get that paid off quickly? Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Or maybe put that away in a 401k. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. So these are some of the financial education, tips and tricks that we're going to show you in Tranont and get you on the path to your financial freedom. All right, here's some more facts. 84% of Americans and small business owners overpay their taxes. That's incredible, ladies and gentlemen. 84% of Americans and small business owners overpay on their taxes to the tune of $150 billion per year. This is mind-boggling, my friends. This is just mind-boggling, and it makes me sick to the stomach that we overpay on their taxes by that much. 90% of us think that we don't even overpay. We're so afraid of an audit that we're just like willing to accept the bill. So let's say you go to a restaurant and you're getting triple charged for a cheeseburger and you just ate one cheeseburger. Okay, you see that receipt, you see that tax, you see that bill at the end of your meal, and you're like, I'm okay with this. Is anybody going to say that? No. And you shouldn't do that with your taxes, all right? So what if you can deduct your meals, your entertainment, your vehicle usage, the mileage, home office, equivalent, the amount equivalent to your college kids and weddings and medical expenses, deduct travel, and so much more? What if you can do that? The reason why you do that is because the lack of tax education and tools, the lack of financial education and tools. A lot of people, they're like, you know what, I don't want to do it because it's time consuming and there's so much extra documentation and there's procrastination. There's these receipts that are fading nowadays. The logging your mileage is such a pain in the butt. You don't know the rules and are scared of an audit. That's the problem. Lack of education, basically is, equates to fear usually, and fear usually means it's going to be a costly thing to your pocket. What if I can introduce you to Education by Sandy Botkin? All right, he's a CPA, a tax attorney, trainer for the IRS, so he's really legit. He's a president of Tax Reduction Institute for over 30 years. He's featured as a tax coach for Tony Robbins Wealth Seminars, and he's a best-selling author for Lawyer Taxes Big Time. So Sandy Botkin is an awesome gentleman who is always talking about tax education and financial education. And you don't see a CPA and a tax attorney both in one person. Okay, you don't. It's very rare. And he's one of those people. And he has invested his time, energy, and money in putting together this education. And we deliver it in the form of an app. And also we deliver it in the form of a tax team that sits down with you every quarter, and a law team, a legal team that basically, works with you as well. How awesome is that? Here's a disclaimer. Here, we're going to actually put out some hypothetical scenarios where it may apply to you, it may not apply to you. Certain folks, when they get on the Tranont program, they're saving about a good $1,000 to $3,000, okay? So there are scenarios that we can paint out, but it may not apply to you, okay? Your results may be different. So Tranont is a financial education and services company, okay? Their mission is to change the world, world's economy, one household at a time. Their vision is to offer world-class financial education and training and financial management tools and digital protection and best-in-class retail services. All right? They are in the trillion-dollar industry, okay? They have thousands of success stories and have super strategic partnerships. All right, here are just a few. All right, financial education and tools, they have that. Tranont OneView, which is an incredible tool. Give me a second. They have financial education and tools, Tranont OneView. And this is basically a single view, application for folks to put in all their financial information from their credit card, from their bank accounts and everything like that, and give them a single view of all their expenses, where it's going, where it's, what they're wasting money on. So if you ever thought of a fitness trainer or personal trainer that's going to put you on a diet, this OneView is going to put you on a diet. So if you're looking to hit some financial goal like a vacation or paying off a credit card debt or saving for a home, this OneView system is going to do that for you. So Tranont Defend. Nowadays, the fastest crime is cybercrime. And you need to protect yourself, protect your cell phone, protect your social media profiles and everything else, and making sure that no one is stealing your identity. And they're not opening credit card accounts in your name. They're not filing your taxes in your name, and they're not screwing up your credit. You need Tranont Defend for that. TaxBot. This is an incredible tool. This is basically a bookkeeper in your pocket. So if you're ever traveling anywhere, you can, as you can see in the picture, this will log your miles. You have a map. It tells you how the distance that you have logged, and you basically say like, yep, this is a business expense. This is who I met. This is what the purpose of the conversation was. Boom, tracks your mileage. And it also takes a picture of your receipt. You can take pictures with your receipt, and it tells you, and you can tie to that trip. Very cool. Tranont Legal. This is a legal service that even now, lately, I need to use this. I got hit with a parking ticket for a parking that I have never done. So the city of Chicago is constantly hitting me with notices and increasing. I'm going to have to, so here, the city of Chicago is hitting me with a parking ticket. They're constantly increasing the fines. I sent them a notice saying like, hey, this is not my car. If you would just check the license plate in the picture and my license plate, they do not match. But still, they don't want to listen. They want to hit me with like these fines and things like that. So I got to talk to Tranont Legal team. They're on my side. All right. They're going to send them a letter, a legal letter, basically saying like, hey, back off our client. So how cool is that? Tranont Tax Preparation Services. These guys are an awesome team. These guys are just wonderful team that they're just like, you know what, talk to us, you know, when you need information about, you know, have any questions about your taxes. So these guys will actually sit down with you once a quarter to figure out your tax strategy, what's working, what's not working. If you have any questions like, hey, can I deduct this? You know, hey, how does this work? Blah, blah, blah. They do it all for you. And credit services. A lot of people are really beat up with their credit because of the whole Great Recession. The average interest rate on a car, when you go buy a car, people are financing, and the average interest rate is about 12 to 13%, which is crazy. 12 to 13%? Are you kidding me? It's unbelievable. And that's because people just have really bad credit. Tranont Credit Services can help you with that. What they do something really cool. They know the law inside and out of credit. And when there are some really obnoxious creditors out there and they work outside of the law and they start intimidating, with Tranont Credit Services, they say, hey, you know what? Let's go to our friends, Tranont Legal. And we're just going to work with them and work within the laws and help our clients out. How awesome is that? There's some other services that you can definitely take advantage of and sell to some of your customers. So for example, merchant services. I'm sure, you know, everybody has a favorite barber. Everybody has a favorite someone or another at a store. I have a favorite donut shop. Shh, don't tell anybody. I can go up to them and say like, hey, you know what? Can I save you money on your credit card processing? You know, I've been a customer for so long for you guys. How about if I try to save you some money in credit processing? Just a quote. Let me just get you the quote. Now, I don't have to sell them. Here's the best part. I don't have to sell them on anything. I have to just fill out this information right here and submit it, and the referral gets created under my name, and then the Tranont team at National Processing, their sales team makes the sale. I'm not a sales guy, although I have been doing sales for software, but this is a whole nother game. And a lot of people are not salespeople, but they know people, and they're like, hey, you know what? Why don't I try to help you out? Okay. If it works out, if they give you a quote, if it works out, great. If not, then don't worry about it. So there's a whole bunch of other services like that, like Jive. That's an incredible service. A lot of people need phone telecommunication, and Jive does it for you for small businesses. So screening solutions. If you're a landlord, you need a screening solution. Nowadays, you just can't be too careful. All right. If you're an employer, you need a screening solution. You need to do background checks. All right. So these are just some of the services that you can just refer people to. And a friend of mine, he's interested. He lives in California. He's interested in the solar. And folks in Chicago, they don't know this, but they can also take advantage of the solar. You can receive a personal residual income of about 30%. A lot of people don't know what residual income is. And basically, residual income is doing something once and getting paid over and over and over again. The best example that I can give you is someone an artist creating a song once, and they get paid on it over and over and over again, which is fantastic. So here's an example. You do 20 services, average $100 a month. $2,000 of those services are commissionable billing revenue, and you get 15% of that because you're in the 20% line. And if you go over here to this little chart, 11 to 20% puts you in the 15% line. Okay, if you do one more, you're in the 21%, 21 plus, and you got 30%. $300 per month residual income. That's on your personal customers. That does not include what Tranont can save you on your taxes. That does not include the amount that Tranont's credit services can save you by lowering your payment, by helping you out with your credit and helping you get some refinancing. All right. That does not include this awesome thing called, well, let me fast forward. This bonus program, $500 a month Jeep bonus program. Doesn't include that. And now let me back up and talk to you about that. How do you get a Jeep? Some bonuses. Now let me back up a little bit. So here's how you get started. Okay. You basically let us know. Let me know at the end of this if you want to get started. All right, and we'll plug you into the system, and we'll start coaching you. We'll start mentoring you. You know, we're gonna be partners. All right. Here's how you. Now we've helped you keep your money by getting you financially educated. Now we're gonna help you grow your money. So I'm sure you know 3 other people that need a lot of help, and they need similar services as you. They need credit services. They need all this stuff. You tell 3 people about it, and you get them on the core services that I just reviewed. You start making $100 a month. All right, this is how we're growing your money. Now, those 3 people go and tell 3 other people. And you have 12 people, and you start making $250 a month, and you get a monthly Jeep bonus. You get $500 a month for a new Jeep Wrangler or Jeep Cherokee or Grand Cherokee. How awesome is that? The more people, obviously, that you sponsor, the more money you make. Now, here's the deal. I'm sure you've never gone through it. I'm sure everybody on this chat, on this webinar, has gone through a network marketing presentation. I'm not going to lie. The bummer part of network marketing is probably the whole recruiting part. Nobody wants to do it, which is fine. Even if you do not make any money by sponsoring anybody, you don't get any of these team bonuses, the core services themselves, the credit services, the tax services, the legal services, and all the other services, that alone by itself will help you hit your financial goals. I've never been part of a company that if you use a product itself, it will help you hit your financial goals. It will help you make money. All the other companies that are pushing their potions and their lotions and their shakes and their vitamins and all this other stuff, you have to consume those. When you buy their products and you consume it, you're not making money if you're consuming, right? Here with Tranont, if you use their products, you actually will save money. You will actually hit your financial goals. That should get you super excited. Even if you don't put anybody in your organization, even if you don't, get to these qualified group volumes and all this other stuff, forget about that for a second, and just pay attention to the core services, the value of the core services. And once you start saving a ton of money on your core services, this will naturally happen all by itself because people will be interested in how you're hitting your financial goals. And you're like, hey, I'm on this Tranont core services program. And if I were you, I would get on it themselves. And that's how your organization naturally grows. The other thing is, we're going to help you acquire customers. We're going to help you build and develop your team of associates. Now, here's the thing why I'm doing this whole thing through webinar. there for. I don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time to go out to the shopping mall and talk to 100 people to see if they are interested in a side business. All right, I don't have time for that. Let me actually stop the presentation for a second. Face to face. All right, I don't have a lot of time for that. Okay, I have 4 kids, like I said. All right, that's a full-time job, and that's a never-ending full-time job. All right, so I can't talk to 100 people at the shopping mall. I can't talk to 100 people at the coffee shop and chase them down and say like, "Hey, are you interested?" And they're like, "Okay, yeah, I'm kind of interested." I don't have time for tire kickers. What I do have time for people who are interested. And there are people that are interested that are out there. Let me tell you where to find them. So let me actually do this. I'm going to do something new. I have not done this before. There is my paper and pen. All right. So I've not done this before. All right. So let me draw a line here. Here is the old way of doing a home business. Okay. What they tell you to do is make a list of your family and friends, right? A lot of us have, a pretty good network. A lot of us do not have a good network, like yours truly. And they tell you like, okay, you've had, you make a list of family and friends and you talk to them, you show them the business, you bring them to a presentation like this and this and that. And what happens? They say no. What do you do now? Well, who do they know, right? And they say, no, I'm not going to introduce you to my friends. Great. What then? You go to the cold market. And that's basically your malls, your coffee shop, and everything else. All right? You're beating the street. And nobody's holding a sign saying, I am interested in your business. Nobody's holding a sign saying that. Nobody's holding a sign saying, like, I'm interested in credit repair. Nobody's holding a sign for that, okay? Almost everybody wants to save on taxes. So maybe, Tranont is a very special company. So here is a new way of doing business. All right, here's a new way of doing business. Because we have Google, I don't know how to spell Google. Because we have Facebook, because we have Twitter, Instagram, and all these things, there are millions of people that are saying, I'm interested in credit repair. I'm interested in getting, my tax liens off my credit report. I'm interested in saving taxes. There are people out there that are searching for how, what deductions they can make on taxes. All right. I know. And you know what? I've created a video for those people and it's getting ranked on #1 on Google and YouTube. All right. So those people who are searching for your product and services, and that basically means they're holding up a sign saying like, I'm interested in your product and service. They're holding a sign, they're saying on their forehead, and they're saying that. So I bring them into a sales funnel. And I talk to them and I say like, hey, you searched, what deductions to make on your taxes. I presented them with a video and they say, oh, that's so awesome. I'm interested in your service and that's worth pay. And then they go into my funnel. Okay, so I get like tons of these people. They come in and they say, all right, I'm interested, I'm not interested, so on and so forth. So that's the new way of doing business. You're going after the people that are not the tire kickers. They're actually genuinely interested in your business. And for whatever reason that they don't buy your product or service or join your business, that's up to them. Okay, but basically, the Tranont Core Services is $125 a month. Basically, that comes out to $4.17 a day. So if you've ever drank Starbucks coffee and ordered a venti, caramel macchiato, and all this other stuff that people order, you paid more than $4.17. If you've gone to a 7-Eleven, gotten a Red Bull, and maybe a donut or something like that, you paid more than $4.17. Okay, if you smoke cigarettes, you paid more than $4.17 a day. Okay, people don't understand that all this that I'm offering is just for $14.17 a day, which is practically, okay, you have a whole CPA team backing you up, you have a whole legal team backing you up, you have a whole credit team backing you up, you have a whole cybersecurity team that's backing you up for $4.17 a day, and there are so much more services that I have not even rattled off. It's amazing. All right, so it's a reasonable price. You're a reasonable person. I know you are. So contact me. Let me punch up my information here. And find my presentation is going a little wacky. Hang on, guys. 1 second. I'm trying to do something here. I know you're excited. I'm putting my information here so you guys can see with no problem. All right, send me an email. All right, send me an email, send me your information, tell me that I'm ready to get started. All right, and that's how we're going to help you hit your goals and dreams. I want you to really write down on a piece of paper what your financial goals are. What would an extra $500 a month do for you? What would another $1,000 a month do for you? I want you to take that seriously and write that down, because your financial future, your family's future, is depending on the decision that you make right now and today. For $4.17 a day, if you just use one of those services, I promise you, believe me, you basically will pay off that $4.17 a day in no time. You probably will get 3 times the value of that $4.17 a day. Okay, so send me an email, nusrith@nusrithbake.com. All right, and we'll get you going. We'll get you going. We'll get you going. We'll get you going. And I'm excited about this. This is an absolutely amazing, amazing opportunity. And like I said, I've never been part of a company where just by using the product, you make money. Usually it's like I have to eat the product, I have to wear the product, I have to put the lotion or potion on or something like that. That's not it. That's not it. It's just about using it. It's about using the product and service. Even if I don't go recruit anyone in my business, doesn't matter. My family is going to be taken care of. All right, folks, I'm super excited. Send me an email and we'll see you soon. All right, look forward to it.